Gang, I may have a tie. So lately in my recent studies, I've taken a strong liking to the Korean aesthetic and their overall approach to, pretty much everything. From fashion to their poses to their, just overall atmosphere. And so, lately, what I've been doing is doing some sketches and studies off of them for, studying how the face works. And they also, I noticed with the Korean aesthetic, is that they're pretty good for lighting as well and getting in some good sketches. So, here I'm going to be talking to you guys about my overall, what I've been learning from drawing the Korean aesthetic and the overall atmosphere. Because, yes, there is much to study and much to learn with this kind of approach to it. That Korean style of things. And, you may get bored as we go along with my way of saying that. I'm sure there's a better way to say it, but, basically, we're going to be talking about my studies and what I've learned from studying them. And, one of the main things that I love when I'm doing studies is that, trying to figure out what it is that is going on. So, for example, as we see right here, we got ourselves a cute little dino girl that you'll be seeing drawn in the background while we explore this amazing phenomena. And, firstly is that it's like doing a study over gesture is like a big part of how I get better at drawing, because something to understand is that gesture is in everything, whether it's we're talking drawing characters or drawing objects or backgrounds, what have you. It's like unavoidable. It's one of those things that is always great for ongoing study, since it's the foundation for how everything else follows, And so with this Korean aesthetic, you may have noticed that they're actually pretty amazing when it comes to poses. Very dynamic stuff. If you would like to dive into some references of them, then by all means, you could even just find them on Pinterest here and there. And the funny thing is, you don't even have to do a deep search to come across that aesthetic of style. One artist that comes to mind, as ever, I couldn't avoid talking about this amazing guy, is Chezu Art. And great artist from Twitter, and his OC Mina is of the Korean aesthetic, and his art is influenced by the aesthetic, and it's a big explanation as to why his illustrations are so dynamic and expressive. Because there's like a certain form of approach to drawing the body and the overall flow of things, you know? Like even just the makeup itself, you know, for example, like American makeup versus Korean makeup, there's quite some visual differences between them, for sure. But, you know, I don't want to get too off topic here, of course. We're here to talk about the art side of things. Because, I mean, that's a whole nother bag of worms that we could dive into. But let's keep things on point here. But anyway, I just get so excited, you know. I make a firm choice to study and figure out things that are challenging to me, because that's one way to grow, right? And challenging yourself and diving into things that you're unfamiliar with. Yeah. I mean, even just a couple of days ago with that Twitter pop-up from Freerun, you know, like that has been like such a fun trend to see, and a lot of people jumping in on that, you know. It's quite wholesome. It was very wholesome. And so you know, to tie that back into what we got going here, you know, drawing poses in themselves is quite the difficult task, and that it's very creative and quite challenging too, you know, with the perspective, for example. Like, oh my gosh, like there's all kinds of references that come to my mind, and it's like, wow, that's amazing. And it's like quite daunting to even think about drawing them, but you know, it's like every time I get to drawing them, it's definitely makes for a good learning curve and growing as well, you know. So, you know, that's definitely one thing that is great about studying the Korean atmosphere. They're great for poses, and you know, it's like another thing too that is wonderful about them, the Korean aesthetic, is that it's a quite elegant aesthetic, you know. It's quite beautiful, fashionable. That's the word I'm looking for. It's quite fashionable. So going back to Chaezu again, you know, his art is so inspirational to me, and it's quite the good old, you know, hot, sexy kind of feel, you know, like fashionable kind of sexy. I'm struggling to figure out a proper way to say it, but I'm sure you know what I'm trying to say. But you know, it's just really great that there's a variety to the beauty of it. And you know, whenever I'm looking for something that I want to draw, whether it's like the beauty side of things or especially the cutes kind of feel to it too, you know, like what we got going here, I was like, okay, so when I want to talk about this, okay? And so I was like, oh my gosh, I saw this picture, I'm like, okay, yes, we're gonna do you. We're gonna draw this and do the good old talking and watching it come together. And so yeah, like it's really great to, like, thirdly is like getting to see it and then getting to draw it and making that comparison, you know. It's quite wholesome stuff. It's great stuff. So, you know, by all means, this is great stuff to talk about and great stuff to look at too, you know. there's a lot to study from in an artistic perspective. So, by all means, I do recommend getting in on it and seeing what you can come up with, and learn from them. Learn from it, Great atmosphere and great drawings too, It's absolutely lovely to get in on them. But other than that, yeah, I mean, that's all I got to say on that one. I do hope that you've enjoyed this little talk of ours and, this little illustration that we got going. But other than that, I'll be seeing you guys around. Take care and bye bye.